From the Washington Street campus of Amarillo College, bringing you the news, events, and activities of your community college, it's the AC Report.
Welcome to the AC Report year-end wrap-up for the 2022 school year at Amarillo College. I'm Aiden Blankenship.
And I'm Reagan Lopez with this quick look at news, events, and activities that have taken place at your community college this school year. AC students are growing accustomed to the sound of jackhammers. Large portions of the college have spent 2022 under construction. The renovation projects are funded through an $89 million bond that voters approved in 2019. When the construction is complete, AC will have finished several major renovation and remodeling projects. These changes include updates to the Washington Street Cafe and Bookstore, Carter Fitness Center, the Student Services Center, and the Fine Arts facilities, as well as increased parking and a new heating and air conditioning system. New construction includes the Innovation Outpost downtown and the First Responders Building on Plains Boulevard near Sunset Center. Philemon Alimon has an update on the work.
With the recent rise of construction taking place on campus, we have new additions to each buildings.
We're renovating one of the gyms to just be one court. We're adding a bunch of rooms. We tore down a bunch of walls at the beginning, and now we're adding a whole bunch of rooms and locker rooms.
But here are some thoughts of the students who attend AC.
It's nothing bad and nothing good. It's like it doesn't really bother me, but it makes me look forward to what's coming to the school. I feel like it's a great benefit for all of us students here because it's a great new addition.
Well, I work in the Ask AC building, and I think when they're done renovating that, we're moving over there, so I guess a new office would be cool.
For the most part, I really don't know what's going on, but I'm super excited over the new gymnasium. I look forward to using that.
But with all the hard work being put in by the construction workers on the new additions to campus, things are running smoothly yet iffy, says DJ Ellis.
We have till I think August to finish, and I mean, everything's been running pretty smooth. We have a hiccup here and there, but I mean, as for the big picture, everything's running fine.
So with the anticipation building up over the construction taking place,
this has been Philemon Alimon with the AC Report.
Students are giving rave reviews to one of the completed construction projects on the Washington Street campus. The remodeling of Badger Central Bookstore and Cafe has given students a new place to grab coffee, breakfast, or lunch and study with snacks. With a budget-friendly menu and convenient hours, the remodeled cafe has become a convenient stop for both students and employees.
One, it helps the students get a quick bite between classes and be able to enjoy it. Gives people a chance to study with nourishment, and it gives you a chance to stay on campus and kind of save your parking spot. But mainly just to take care of the students so they didn't have to worry about having to leave, get their food on time, and then rush to come back and hopefully make class.
Continue to update its menu and add food options to appeal to all AC students and staff.
Or attending on-campus events is a welcome sight after more than 2 years of decreased activities and remote learning due to COVID-19 pandemic. As the 2022 school year comes to a close, AC officials say COVID has slowed down and things have returned to normal. Currently, the college has no COVID protocols in place.
Students wear masks. They're not required. We're recommending that people get vaccinated, although we're not tracking it or requiring it. Because the COVID numbers have gone down so low in our community, we're not requiring students to report their COVID positives to our COVID team.
Currently, there are not COVID policies in place for our events. Students can show up and they decide how they want to participate. If they want to stand right next to somebody, they can. If they want to stand 6 feet away from somebody, the opportunity is there, and our setups do provide that kind of situation for students to decide. But right now, we're not operating under any COVID rules.
Guidelines, since it is possible that the situation may change.
While the issues caused by dealing with a global pandemic have decreased, AC students still face a considerable amount of stress students say having to balance their personal life with college work can prove to be overwhelming. General Study Major Demonia Neal says when students are faced with a number of assignments, it can be difficult for them to manage.
It's always something due, so that I always feel like I'm never done, and so I'm always rushing to do things, or I'm stressing out because I might have made a bad grade over something.
Final exams underway, students are trying to find ways to deal with the pressure. Some students say they like to take time off from school, while others try to save days to catch up on assignments. So, as classes continue at AC, students are left to try to finish the semester off strong while dealing with classes and stress.
One thing students don't have to worry about is campus safety. The AC Police Department keeps students, staff, and visitors out of harm's way. Their headquarters are on the Washington Street campus in Durrett Hall, but they branch out to other campuses, keeping all of AC safe for success. Tanner Hart introduces us to the ACPD.
The Amarillo College Police Department is more than just handcuffs and guns. They offer services people may not realize. Jump-starting cars, changing flat tires, escorting people to vehicles, and patrolling are just some ways officers keep campuses safe.
Well, in the library, they generally assist us with patrol, like making sure that the library is safe. We generally have an officer come up at least once a day, not by our request, but by them just wanting to make sure that we are comfortable and that the students are comfortable.
If you need to reach the AC Police, their general number is 806-371-5163, or for emergencies, 806-371-5911.
We do the suicide prevention, adolescent behavior, anything that's going to make our students on campus all around it, and that's what we do. If it's letting them know what our resources are, then that's what we do, because there's a tons of resources out here that's available to them, and our job is to educate those students about what those resources are in case they need help.
This is Tanner Hart for the AC Report.
AC students and staff say they are getting excited about the return of intercollegiate sports to campus. Volleyball, baseball, and cross country start next fall. Reporter Cooper Barnett has the details.
With the excitement of the new sports programs being added to Amarillo College, Athletic Director Mark White speaks on why it's time to bring back sports.
The regents studied this issue for over a year and made a couple of determinations. One, it will greatly enhance student life. You have to be a full-time student to play athletics, and so we'll have over 80, 90, maybe even 100 new full-time students, which will greatly help at Amarillo College.
But what are students' opinions on the return of these sports?
For students that want to go out and see the games and support the Badgers, I think that would be really good for the school.
I think it's fantastic. You know, more people, more ways to get people into higher education and help get it paid for is fantastic, especially if they're able to do something they love in the process.
Positive reactions to the new sports programs being added to Amarillo College by students and staff, like cross country, baseball, which will be played at Hodgetown, and volleyball, which practice will be held right here at the new renovated Carter Fitness Center. And all sports start on August 15th. Practice starts on August 15th, and we'll have to see the turnout to these games and the excitement in person. This has been Cooper Barnett with the AC Report.
These new sports programs will join the college's successful esports program. Badger Esports spent 2022 raking in new wins. If you are interested in playing video games competitively, this is the club for you. The esports team is getting more and more people involved, and they have started to branch out with what games they will be competing in.
You can come up and talk to us in the room, but we also have a Discord. We have multiple people here that are just interested in making teams and groups, and so that's sort of where we're at. Is you come in, you sign in, you sit down, and you meet other people. You can talk via Discord and just find other teams. There's also a sign up for the teams that we have every semester at the very beginning.
Even if you don't want to play competitively, the esports room is a great place to come and make a new group of friends and maybe start playing a game or two.
Coming up next, some students get their start on AC's Hereford campus. We'll find out how they'll react when they transition to the Washington Street campus in Amarillo. and AC students are making beautiful music together and playing some games to wrap up the school year. All that and more right after this.
A number of Amarillo College students begin their studies close to home at the Hereford campus and later make the transition to Amarillo's Washington Street or West campus. Hereford students say that when they start taking classes in Amarillo, they must adjust to make some changes.
It's very different. It's a lot smaller, of course. There's not as much resources, not as much teachers. The library is like finite, not that much. It's like way less than here. Here, like everything is bigger and better, I guess.
I liked it. I mean, probably the best thing was ease of like use. I could go there like in 5 minutes. Here I have to drive quite a bit of ways because I live in Hereford.
When they visit Amarillo, Hereford students say they like to spend time in the underground in the Washington Street campus Ware Student Center. The underground is a place for students to hold study groups, use computers, and print off assignments. Reporter David Lloyd takes us down below.
If you have been struggling with your computer or Blackboard, you should go check out the Underground. The Underground is a room designed to help with your computer needs, with staff there to help with all your technical problems.
It's a very helpful, great place. Their computers have helped me with a lot of projects.
You can also use the Underground as a place to study by yourself, or you and a group of friends can use one of many rooms available to do a group project.
I really enjoy the Underground. I always come down here to work. It's quiet. I'm able to access computers here to print, and sometimes I have friends down here and we'll study together.
So, if you need a quiet place to study, or just need help with an assignment, you can check out the Underground at the bottom floor of the Ware Student Commerce. This has been David Lloyd at the AC Report.
Turning to AC's West Campus, one of the many health care-oriented programs offered there is radiography. Radiography uses radiation to provide images of the tissues, organs, bones, and vessels that make up the human body. The radiographer produces diagnostic images that doctors use to make diagnoses. AC instructors say a degree in radiography can lead to a good career.
So many modalities to go into. You can go into management, you can go into sales, academia. There's just a lot of options with this, and it really, like I said, can change the lives of those who have spent their life up to this point working multiple jobs to make ends meet. It can really raise their lifestyle.
The AC Chamber Orchestra is still going strong with new members joining each semester. If you play a stringed instrument and want to play music for AC, the class is open to all skill levels at the beginning of the semester. Directed by David Hines, the orchestra is a good place for students looking to make their mark playing music. There are no prerequisites for joining the orchestra.
I really like that there's not just people from AC, but we have a whole group of people from different schools and different communities. It really brings us together and kind of gives us a nice sense of diversity. And we get players at different levels and ages, and it's really neat to see them all come together. So.
The orchestra allows members from AC and even non-students from the surrounding area.
And speaking of music, Amarillo College's FM 90 plays a large variety of music all year round. But the annual event, Vinylthon, gives them another excuse to keep the music fresh. Taking time from all the digital stuff and going back to an old-fashioned approach, Vinylthon took place last month on April 23rd.
Vinyl-thon is a worldwide program basically brought about by the kind folks that do College Radio Day every year. It is in conjunction with Record Store Day, which is a day that promotes independent record stores. And so the people at College Radio Day decided, how about we go back old school and we play things on the air, play records again like we used to do as DJs.
Vinyl-thon is a worldwide event that takes place on many radio stations across the globe, where radio stations play their collections of vinyl for the upwards of 24 hours.
After a long wait, Club Clash has finally been able to come back this year. Reporter Azalea Radford has more.
After 2 years of delay, Club Clash was able to make its grand return. Thanks to the host, Reagan Lopez, Club Clash was able to come back with a bang after being previously canceled due to COVID restrictions.
It's been such an honor to plan these events and be in the background of everything and seeing people and seeing all the students show up and be ready to compete and the support that we give each other.
In Club Clash, different clubs competed in a variety of activities, including racing, trivia, volleyball, and even a hot wing eating contest. Although competing against one another, the clubs got an opportunity to interact with one another, all while having a good time.
It helps the clubs, and especially kind of just bring us together, because while we are separate clubs, it's really good we are all still under the student life umbrella, so it's just good to have some fun, a little camaraderie, you know, a little trash talk here and there.
After hours of students competing, the club scores were added up, resulting in the Phi Theta Kappa Club coming in first, where they will get their club's name engraved onto the Club Clash trophy. The event ended on a strong note where we will wait to see what next year has in store. This is Azalea Radford with the AC Report.
Badgerama is back. The yearly event took place on Tuesday, April 26th, and was hosted by Student Government Association. Badgerama had been on hold since 2019 due to COVID. Badgerama is a time for students to decompress and have fun with friends. Bouncy houses, rock climbing, free food, and much more made an appearance at this year's Badgerama.
Because it's free, there's a lot of events, and all your friends are out here anyways.
Great opportunity for them to get a little break out of their week. We're coming up on finals, so it's a good stress reliever, but it also just, you know, lets people catch up and get to know more about other clubs and get involved in the school.
To stay up to date with student life events, check your email for the weekly dig or visit actx.presents.
Thanks for joining us for this year-end video recap of the news, events, and activities taking place during 2022 at Amarillo College. To stay up to date, follow The Ranger at acranger.com and on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We'll see you all in the fall.
Have a great summer. Bye.
Bye.